And it's about my people's laws. And as all of you have an idea, I am fluent in my people's language. I've always spoken the language. In fact, I didn't learn English until kindergarten. And I remember how much it hurt my brain. But I learned it. I did. I learned your language. And I speak to you today in the colonizer's language so that I can communicate with you. But know that I am fluent in my people's language. And I'm very happy about that. I can switch. Language is beautiful. I love language. In my mother's language, we say Anizigwa. That's the Ojibwe Anishinaabe language in our region. In my father's language, Dansigia. In the English language, hello, how are you? Right? It's beautiful. Language is beautiful. So, my great-grandfather was called to battle. If you know anything about the Nihiwa, we've always battled with the Blackfoot. We always battled with them. There was the last great battle in a town called North Battleford, which is why it's called Battleford. So we went there, and when I say we, because my bloodline is tied there, my grandfather went with the war party. He was only about 10 at the time. He went with his father. And if you know the landscape of North Battleford, there's hills overlooking this river. It's beautiful lands. And my grandfather said he was taken along to look after the horses. He wasn't part of the war itself, but he witnessed it. He witnessed as it unfolded. And he said, he's passed on now, he's made his journey to the spirit world. So has my mother. They were the ones that carried this memory, our history. And you're not going to find it in any history book. So when we fought the Blackfoot, something happened as we were fighting them across this river, this body of water. The Blackfoot became desperate. They knew they were losing this battle. So they started cutting the limbs off of the fallen warriors and started throwing them across this river at us. And after it ended, we retreated, we won, if you can call that winning in the English language. And when we retreated and went back to our people, the women said enough, enough. Because our warriors died, and so did their warriors. And our laws forbid, it's a bastahon, forbid us to push people to that level of desperation that they're cutting limbs and throwing them. We committed something terrible to the Blackfoot that day, and we were held responsible for that when we went back to our law keepers. And the same with the Blackfoot. So I'm not sure who reached out to who, but we met with the Blackfoot shortly after in a city called Medicine Hat, but in my language, Muskikiwastutun. And we met them there. And we invoked our most profound treaty with them. We created a peace treaty. But you must understand that this is the shortened version of what I am sharing here with you. There was a long process. We raised up our lodges, the women spoke. And when we met with the Blackfoot, we exchanged children with them. Our leading chiefs exchanged children with them. My great-grandfather didn't participate in the exchange because he wasn't one of the leading chiefs, but he did witness it. You know why they did that? Do you know why they exchanged children? Because you wouldn't make war on your child. That's how profound our treaties are. Can you imagine what it took for those women to give up their child, their love for peace? That's our law. Those are our laws. And we tried that with your nation. When you first came here, your ancestors and whoever was part of the treaty making, we tried that with you. And they laughed.